Y'all, I'm crying. I am crying. Are y'all watching the Diddy trial recap with Armand Wiggins? I think it's Armand Wiggins. He is so funny. I be cracking up every time he say, and Diddy. And then he be like, follow me, y'all. Y'all oiled up. Girl, he got me crying. All right, how you guys doing? Welcome to the video. This is a car chat. We're talking about Liv's life. So hopefully you guys saw my last video where, okay, so that was such a horrible angle. I'm sorry about that, y'all. So anyways, we covered Liv's life from pretty much she was live at Target all the way through her being doing a car live coming out the gym. So we already gathered that she's in Florida and she's visiting with her family, but today she came live from a beach, and I thought that was so nice because who wouldn't want to be laying on the beach? So in that live, she talks about how she's just gonna let people assume, leaving people to assume she's not clearing anything up. And I'm loving this new energy. I'm loving this new level of unlocked maturity for her, because she is normally just literally talking too much. But honestly, I think a lot of Liv's drama comes from the fact that she wants to control the narrative, and when it doesn't really float the way that she expects it to or thinks it should, that she wants to come and try to not even navigate it, but like she wants to try to come and like control the narrative, and like that's just a cycle. And when it doesn't work, she gets upset and she starts going off and she starts going basically. So I like the fact that she's not trying to control the narrative. She's not on here getting crazy and spicy with people, which I think is a great start to developing a new character, if you will. I don't know. In this live on the beach, she talks about how she is loving being, out in the Florida sunshine, loving the water and the beach and spending time with her sister. She talked about her and her sister are going to get together and do something on their birthday, which I thought was really nice for her. She talks about how we the audience gonna see, because she's starting school. I don't want to say too much. This is how she's like blah 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 blah, but I don't want to say too much. But then she'll turn around and be like, I'm starting school in July, guys. And it's like, not too much. I think you should keep that tucked. I think you should pop out when you're done, after you've completed, so your grand plans can't be sabotaged, because people like to try to sabotage you, Liv. And I just feel like when you give too much, people start snooping and looking, and then before you know it, it's gonna be some stuff. So she's like, maybe I'll invite you guys to graduation. And I thought that was cute. And it made me think about how when she got her diploma, how she was taking pictures and stuff, that whole thing. I am still like, where are your kids type feeling. I obviously shouldn't be concerned with that because they're not my kids, but to see her go from every day handling a small baby and a toddler to not doing that is a little strange to me. I hope that all is well with them. Maybe she's just like leaving them with the sister. Maybe they got something going on with that. I don't know. I guess we will see. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not really too concerned about that. She hasn't mentioned the Webb children at all. I think she's gonna leave that up for assumption, and that's fine. We don't know if she's moved or if she's visiting, but it does look like she'll be in Florida for a while because she's speaking on birthday events and inquiring about birthday events. So that sounds to me like she's gonna be in Florida for a minute. Someone asked her if she was in Galveston, which is in Texas, because Galveston is like a beach town in Texas, or a beach town in Texas. And she was like, yeah. And then she was like, why would I be in Galveston? Like, basically, that's not the beach, you know, whatever. So that to me confirm that she's in Florida, along with the fact that she's speaking on, you know, shopping with her sister and doing this and doing that. She got to a part of the live where she was talking about how her and her sister are doing this and going to the store and doing that. And I just thought, not too much. Again, it's like she wants to talk but doesn't want to talk. So it's just kind of weird. But no sooner than I uploaded that last video about her last couple lives, I was like, okay, this is a newfound, you know, mature Liv's life. She came with the shenanigans, not too much, just, you know, just a little bit. So I'm still holding out hope that she's really genuinely on the right path, and you know, just maturing. I think with Liv's life, it is a maturity thing. I know that she started having kids really, really young in a not so strong foundational wise relationship, and she's learning how to navigate being a wife and having kids, and then losing custody of her kids and getting divorced, all, you know, before the age of like, what, 30? So that's a lot. There are people in their 50s and 60s who have never experienced anything like that, or who have, and, you know, they probably wouldn't know what to do either if your life is just flipped upside down so soon. So I think the decisions that she's made in the past are just, it looks to me like the decisions that she's made in the past have all been off of feeling, and not really logic. And it appears that she's getting better. Again, we'll have to stay tuned to see that. One last thing I wanted to discuss. A couple of you guys said that Liv is capping. This is her regular routine. She gets it together for a little bit and she'll be right back to acting a fool. And the reason why she's using this time to keep it cool, calm, and collective is because she's not in her own environment. She's actually staying with someone else, and she really is like on some different stuff because she's not in her own environment. And I see that angle. I see where you guys are coming from. However, Liv said today in the video on the beach that she is trying to get her setup together, and once she does get her setup together, she'll be back doing her regular life. So I don't know if that meant she was moving there for good and she's just, you know, in the process of getting everything set up, or if she's going to like have some space eventually wherever she's at, temporarily. I didn't really know what that meant, and I didn't want to read into it too much. You guys let me know in the comments if you heard her say that, and when that was said, what exactly do you think she meant by that? But if that is the case, if she's going to be back to shenanigans when she gets in her own space, or when she gets comfortable, let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any suggestions, or just let me know if you agree with me down in the comments. See you on the next one.